Alright, Victorum Gaming fans and Judge Dredd fans, 2000 AD fans, we're back. We got another unboxing for you today for the Judge Dredd Miniatures game, and we're going to take a look at Judge Anderson herself. So we'll be right back after we get this open for you. Alright, we're back and we got everything opened up here for Judge Anderson. So what do you get? You actually get two models in this one, which is really cool, and I like that Warlord does this instead of forcing you to buy two different models, but you get the version of Anderson on foot, and then basically her on her Lawmaster motorcycle, which is really cool. Big, chunky, extra model there, in addition to the mounted version of her. So again, everything is that nice new Warlord resin. So we'll try and get you guys a close-up here, get that zoomed in or focused here. So Anderson's really cool just as a one-piece model. So no assembly on the foot version there. So and then the bike itself is a couple different pieces here. So basically we got the front end, the business end with the machine guns on it, and that chunky front wheel. So there we go. Got some handlebars up here, and then the back end with the rest of the engine and other components there, and the back wheel as well. And then the mounted version of Anderson's basically a three-piece model. So you got the legs, upper body, and then the other arm there for the Lawmaster itself. So again, really cool that we get two models in here, trying to get everything in the shot. So again, we don't have to buy anything separately there, so either version that you want to field. And then on the cards, of course, we get her stat card and then the Lawmaster stat card. So Anderson's basically here Judge, so allies are Judge Dredd, Justice Department models. Enemies, the Dark Judges, Death, Fire, Fear, and Mortis. Comes with some cool special rules, so Gunfighter, Respect the Law, Fortitude, Let's Ride, 3 Psi skills, Psychic Control, Precog, and Mind Probe. And again, it's really cool, and I like that Warlord references the page numbers in the rulebook, so if you're not, if you don't have things memorized, it's very easy to find that. And then on the back side, stat-wise for her, so you can see she's pretty solid, but not like overpowered or anything, and 25 points for her. And again, pretty standard loadout for a Judge here. So the Lawgiver, Day Stick, and a Boot Knife, and a little bit of flavor text as well for her. And then the Lawmaster itself will set you back another 21 points, but again, gives you some added mobility, right? 14-inch movement is pretty solid. And then depending on which armament you have for the bike there, so if anything from like the Cyclops laser, which is pretty hard-hitting and it has some really great range, to the bike cannons as well, which again also hit pretty hard, and can actually cause a blast as well. So lots of cool stuff there. And oops, on the back end there, again, the bike also comes with a whole bunch of special rules there. So the AI version, 2 passengers basically, the vehicle rules, and then a thing for the Wilco judges there. So basically, an opponent can't use the knock-knock rule to board a Lawmaster. When selecting your faction, you cannot select a Lawmaster unless you also have a Judge to ride it. So you can't just spam some bicycles, basically, just to get a whole bunch of fast-moving, nasty vehicles here. And then Anderson herself also comes with 2 cards, which is cool, just to kind of expand your range of Armory and Big Meg cards. So on the Armory side, we get the Psi defenses, which is really cool. So what it does, it lets you reroll cool tests against Psi skills, and basically it's a free reaction and stays in play. So really cool there. And then the Big Meg card that we get is a holding post, which is a really neat idea here. But basically, a friendly model can cuff up to 3 subdued models within 3 inches as a free action. And again, free actions are always nice, basically giving you more actions potentially than your opponent, which is good. So, and cuff models can't be revived and remain subdued until the game is over with no chance of escape. So it's basically this, seems like this like pole that is just shoved in the ground here, that has like little railings to basically cuff people on, and apparently they're just stuck there, which is really cool. So neat way to basically control some subdued enemy models without having to worry about them breaking free or anything like that, and then let you go on and go about your business. So a nice way for judges to basically deal with some of the enemy models so that they don't keep going. And again, probably always going to be outnumbered when you're playing judges, so being able to just lock down and basically essentially get rid of, for game purposes, some of the enemies that you have managed to subdue is great. That way you can go focus on other things that are other threats that are still remaining. So overall, really cool stuff. Anderson is a fun addition here to the Judge lineup. Again, giving you basically the most badass side judge. And again, if you're a fan of like the newer Dredd movie, so obviously she's or a version of Anderson is featured in that as a rookie, but here kind of more the comic version of her. So really cool stuff though. A nice as far as name judges go, so a nice pickup there, but not necessarily the sort of high end of skills and stats that Dredd obviously himself represents, which we'll be covering in a video coming soon as well. So, but Anderson's a good range of actual just raw abilities here, but again, mixed with the psi abilities that she does carry. So overall, a very solid judge if you do want to go with a named character. And again, we'll set you back a little bit on the points, but again, if you can maximize her potential here, really well worth it. And of course, going the Lawmaster route will obviously give you all the benefits of the bike, but again, probably really only for larger games, as there'll be the extra cost associated there as well. So overall, again, recommend picking her up, especially if you're playing judges, or you definitely want like a cool side judge model, if nothing else. You could use her just as a generic side judge, but yeah, really good pickup here. So, and again, probably more towards the larger game size just because of her stats. But again, it's always nice to play some like kind of what if scenarios, like how much could Anderson really take on her own, or in some like smaller games with maybe just a little bit of backup. And having her kind of obviously be the centerpiece. So lots of interesting options for her there. And again, we'll look forward to getting this all put together, cleaned up for you guys, put together, assembled, and painted. And then we'll definitely be trying to feature her in some battle reports as well. So stay tuned for more Judge Dredd content.